special guest today, and we're going to talk about the topic for today is going to be in regards to social media content. Now, before I add her on, everyone, you know what you must do. You have to like, you have to subscribe, and you have to hit that notifications bell on YouTube. I'm also on Follow Mike the Travel Lover on TikTok, also on Instagram, and also on Facebook. But let's get into this next episode. Like I said, I have a special guest. Her name is Desi. She is a social media specialist, and we're going to get into why it's important to create content and be consistent with it, and being able to partner with someone who is a specialist. So I'm going to welcome Desi in. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you on this Friday?
I am good, hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. All right. So as I said, you are a social media specialist. So can you tell us your story of how you started, where your journey started as far as where you are right now, and what made you go to college for a graphic arts degree?
Yes. So we're going all the way back in time. So when I was young, I've always been interested in any type of arts, right? So drawing, writing, reading, painting, dancing, everything. Like I wanted to do everything. So drawing and writing at the time were super big for me. And I remember my mom telling me something about, why don't you do like graphic design? Because I could do art, but like I can also do it as a career base. And I was like, what the heck is that? So looking into that and finding the perfect school for me, which was Kaiser University here in Tampa, like a private college. And I just dove right into it. I didn't even really know what it was, honestly. And honestly, I was doing it too before I even went to school, and I didn't know. So that was where I kind of made the connection, because I used to like write stories and make like cover art, like for my stories, and that's basically graphic design. So it was just a dream come true. So fast forwarding now, I went to school, and then fresh out of school, like literally my last month of school, I was interning for a tobacco company doing graphic design. And after that month, they hired me on part-time. And then after 6 months, they hired me on full-time. So I worked for them doing marketing POS and graphic design. We made a lot of, I designed POS for the sales teams that were across the U.S. So all of the marketing you would see in convenience stores and gas stations, like right underneath the products, like you would see those marketing materials. I created all of those and shipped them out to them. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it eventually, yeah. Huh?
So how did that experience with working with Good Times USA, how did that elevate you with that experience as far as, with creating content and the whole marketing side of things?
So in school, we learned a lot about marketing, because graphic design and marketing go hand in hand. Like you can't have marketing without graphics. You can't have graphics without marketing. Marketing is the strategy behind the art of graphic design, right? So working for them, I definitely learned a lot about advertising. So that's mostly where that came into play for my knowledge base on social media, because social media is literally the marketing world for online. So everything that I did out there in the US, across the nation, is basically what I'm doing online now. So everything I learned from Good Times USA is just all applied right here into my current business, which is social media and online businesses, marketing, advertising, branding. Branding goes very much with the graphic design aspect. So it all really flows hand in hand.
Okay. All right. So I got a lot of this information because you have a post that's pinned up here. So that's where a lot of the questions are coming from. So
Perfect.
you were you were working for good times, and then the pandemic happened.
Hmm.
And so when the pandemic happened, what happened, and how did you pivot from college to good times to now where you're basically kind of creating you have created your own business?
Hmm. So, working for them for 5 years was like, it doesn't sound like a long time, but it was a lot. It was a really, really long time. So I always wanted to start my business from when I was in college. But obviously, they always tell you, get internships, get the experience, get all these things. But I knew from the start of me going to school that I wanted to run my own business. And all throughout my career with them, I did kind of run my business, like under the table sort of situation. You do pick up a flyer here, some graphics there, but I never
Right.
like had a brand or an actual name for myself. But I did have people that were interested in working with me. And the last few months, right before COVID happened, I had gotten into a car accident, like a really bad car accident, with my fiance, and
Okay.
it was so bad that I was just like after that, I was like, I don't, you never know, right? So
Right.
it's one of those pushes that I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I started making my brand. I decided on my name. I made my logo. I made my website. And right when I finished doing all of that, the following 2 weeks was when COVID happened and I lost my job. So
Oh, okay.
I was ready to run like right before COVID happened. And right after I lost my job, I was like, I'm not going to go find a job somewhere else. Like, COVID is happening. We can't even go anywhere. We can't go
Right.
outside anywhere. So pivoting to online and teaching about online marketing was like the smartest decision that I could have ever put my money, time, and it just like it made sense. Nobody's going out anywhere. Everybody's on their phones now. Everything's digital. So it just was the perfect opportunity to make the jump, and I've been doing it ever since.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, how did you feel when you actually like started your own like business? Like no longer working for someone else. Like how did you feel about that as being like your own, you're being an entrepreneur now?
It's weird to think about because when I started, everything kind of just made sense to me.
Okay.
When I worked for Good Times, I wasn't just a marketing lead or a graphic designer. I was like, I had my hands in like everything regarding the marketing department. So like I did a lot of the financial stuff for the marketing department. I did the social media for the marketing department. I did the designing work of the marketing department. I like bought all of the little necessities we needed for the marketing department. Like I did everything that like a small business would
Okay.
for themselves. So I kind of had some experience from working with them when I went into my business. Of course, there's like the, figuring out LLC versus sole proprietorship or like
Right.
all those minor details that aren't really, not minor, these are big details to figure out, but you don't really know about that when people are like, oh yeah, I run my own business. But you don't know that side of everything. So that was a little overwhelming when I first started. But once I had everything figured out, like on the financial end, on the legal business side of everything, I was just running. I just
Oh, that's good.
started. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird. It just like fit like a glove. Like it just made sense. I felt like I was running my own department. Like that's what it felt like, and that's kind of what I did at Good Time. So
R-
that
Right.
experience was huge for me.
Okay. So the name of your business is Creative Designer.
Hmm.
Okay. So can you kind of go a little bit more into detail as far as like what's the purpose of your company and like the focus? What are you trying to focus on? Because I know marketing can be it can be a lot of different avenues when it comes to marketing. And so what in particular are you doing as far as assisting other people?
So my main thing with running my business right now is helping businesses that are either just starting out or have been doing this and don't really know like the ins and outs of social media, like how to fully utilize it. Those that get overwhelmed by trying to stay consistent online, um, how to market yourself. Because, like large companies have marketing teams, a bunch of people that went to school and have bachelor's degrees in marketing and how to properly promote one product. Now
Right.
we have a bunch of small businesses out here that are trying to promote themselves and don't know anything about marketing. They're just trying to show up because social media was such a social platform for people to just post about their kids and post about what they're eating on Thanksgiving, like, stuff like that. It wasn't so business mindset. And now that we have small businesses on there and that don't know what to do or how to properly utilize these platforms, my goal is to educate on how to do that for themselves or assist with doing it for them. So that way they can still show up online but have that assistance and backup behind them. But the overall goal is just to make it feel easier. Because I know it can be overwhelming, especially, like I said, this is
It is.
marketing. It all is marketing. It's hard. Whether you know what you're doing or not, it's still a lot to do and it's still a lot to keep pace with because it's all a mix of marketing, PR. People don't even think about social media being like public relations, like you announcing that you have a new product or announcing something that's happening within your company. All of that is PR, and this is stuff that people don't know or think about. So my goal is to just try to help ease the mindset around social media and guide in whatever way or whatever capacity that can help people in.
Okay. Okay. That's really good. So I guess that's the obstacles or hurdles that a lot of us, because I'm an entrepreneur, as you know, that is
Mm-hmm.
a big hurdle. I know in my industry, with the travel industry, there's a lot of travel agents who are older.
Yeah.
So the whole social media thing, it's hard for them for one, and it could be overwhelming.
Oh, for
So
sure.
yeah, yeah. So having someone to be able to help you, like yourself, help someone is important.
It's a major
Um,
learning curve. It's a major learning curve.
right, right. Okay, so let's break down some of the things. I seen on your profile that you assist with social media management. So, what in particular is that? How are you helping out someone as far as the social media management part?
So social media management would be for a business owner that already has their business up and running. They have a lot of things going on already and they just need somebody to man the ship, basically. So I come in as your social media specialist. I like to treat it as like your own marketing team, right? So I have um, meetings, strategy meetings with you every month. We talk about what the goals are. We talk about my ideas. We share the ideas that you may have, and just kind of come up with that game plan together. And I create the content, I build the captions, I formulate and curate the hashtags for you, schedule everything. So just literally managing your account for you, but you have access to approvals, you have access to being a part of the game plan of what's going to be happening because I'm very much about your social media being you and authentically a part of who you are, not just somebody's running your account and just has access to it and posting whatever they feel or whatever I think needs to be up there. But I meet in the middle. I like
Right.
to figure out you and how you operate and just try to show up for you as you. If that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense. That makes complete
Mm-hmm.
sense. All right, so you also have social media mentorship. What is that?
So social media mentoring is a new offer that I just put together. Management is more for the seasoned business, right? The businesses that already have a lot of things going on, and they just need help with being consistent.
Okay.
Mentoring is more for the business that is freshly starting out and needs to invest in social media, but can't fully invest in a larger investment, basically. So what I do is I meet every month with you, and we create goals for the month um, around social media, around business in general, um, and bring up the clarity. We talk about how to be consistent. We talk about the confidence behind your business, what you're doing, and how you're showing up. So it's kind of like just having a consultant in your ear, kind of walking you
Okay.
through things. You can ask questions throughout the entire month and give access to me the entire month. And then we meet every month to work out those goals. And then we meet at the end of the month to reflect. So we create the goals, go through the month, and then we reflect on those goals and what worked, what didn't work, how we can move into the next month. But you're just doing your social media on your own. I'm just there to answer any questions you have. I'm there to walk you through things, suggest things, that sort of stuff. So a smaller investment, but something I put together for these small businesses like me. Like I wish I had somebody that could
Right.
help me in that capacity and other avenues, right, for my business. So it was just something to help us smaller businesses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Then I also saw that you also assist with content strategies. So
hmm
can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah. So everything kind of goes hand in hand. So, like, if I were to put it in a map or journey of working with me, if you wanted to just get a taste of how to work with me, I do offer like VIP content strategy sessions where we can sit down and discuss your business, create those goals, similar to what you would get on a social media mentoring aspect, but it's just all in one call. And then you do with that what you want after. Um, and then I also offer like VIP content days. So the content days are attached with the strategy session. So you get like a full strategy session with me. We'll set up the plans for the content we will create, and then we get to meet and actually create the content together in person
Okay.
or virtual. So yeah, I'm heavy on the strategy because if you're just posting just to post, there's no real purpose to what you're doing. So if you
Right.
have goals set, when you create the content, it'll all just flow and make sense after that. Everything will be cohesive. Everything will reach the proper target audience that you're trying to reach for that specific offer. So yeah, content strategy is like the base, the meat and the potatoes of everything that I like to focus on in my business.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's a lot of great assistance that you provide. Is there anything else besides? Because I think I saw. Are you a photographer as well?
Yes.
Are you into?
So that
Okay.
Yeah. I'm all in the content
Yeah.
creation mode. So
Okay.
I do photography, all aspects of photography. So like portrait, I've done family shoots, I've done lifestyle shoots, I've done branding shoots. So those aspects that pertain more to business are for content creation, but I do offer other services for photography as well. So photography and a little bit of video, just to help create the professional. And I like to be creative.
Right.
So to be able to go from creating the strategy and then bring it into fruition through photography, videography, graphics, whatever that may look like, that's like my jam. That's what I love to do. So
Okay.
yes, I do photography as well.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, okay. She's dealing and dabbling in a lot of different areas, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I know for me, was doing a lot of research. There are platforms that you can like create content and it could, it could be shared to several different platforms.
Mhm.
So as far as what makes you unique compared to maybe someone else maybe using a platform for their social media content, yeah, so what makes you kind of unique versus that, or maybe just maybe using someone else?
So, and I read this question, I had to like really think about this because I was like, what really makes me passionate about what I do is the creative process. I don't
Okay.
just like to do something just to do it. I very much like to put a lot of thought and um, fun and creativity and just showcasing the true artist that I am at the center of everything. So yes, I have all of this knowledge on how to properly, show up for promoting or marketing or branding. But at the end of the day, I put the art and I put self first. And I feel like you don't get that with, are you, if you were referring to like AI content creation or with working with anybody else, I feel like my ability to be able to be creative and blend that with business and professionalism is my superpower. And that's what graphic design really is to take something art, something that's beautiful, something that is creative, and turn it into business. And that's just what I feel like I hold within myself, and I hold those standards for every client that I ever work with. I want to make
Okay.
sure that it's authentically them, whether they are a creative or not. I just like to provide a creative and open space to work with any
Okay.
client and put my own thoughts and passion behind all of the work that I do for them as I would want somebody to do for me.
Right. Right. Well, I can say this. I know just the some of the conversations we had before, and you assisted me with just creating the logo and just
Mm,
seeing the email and how you have everything set up for your proposals, and it's excellent. And then the content I see that you have on Instagram is top notch in my opinion.
I
So
appreciate that. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, it's really good. So do you have any future plans for this year, or like, yeah, do you have any you know things that you may want to add on to your business, or anything that you may want to adjust as far as this year goes?
So I made a lot of adjustments at the end of last year. So this year is all about
Okay.
maintaining and growing. So my overall dream for my business was, and this has been it since before I even knew what I was doing with my business, but I always envisioned me having some sort of space, location that is multifaceted. So in the creative sense. So I wanted to have a space where I can work, office space where I can create content for myself, where people can come and create content for themselves or hire me to create the content for them.
Okay.
I wanted a space that can turn into event space so that I can hold. I don't know if you know this, but I'm also a dancer, like in the freestyle community here in
Oh, I didn't
Florida.
know that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I actually I battle, like I dance, like
Oh,
I
really?
learn. Yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
I've won a few times too. So like I would say professional in a sense. I've actually
Oh,
participated
okay.
in one, but I also host dance events, and a lot of the dancers in my area host events as well. So I would love to have just an artist space where people can come and do their own events if they wanted to. If other businesses wanted to host some sort of event, they could do that also. But
Okay.
I don't know if that'll be this year, but that's definitely a dream of mine. Um, but this year, I also, if I were to like create a smaller goal, I want to build more of a team. So I'm
Okay.
trying to take on some more clients, and I would love to be more at the creative director seat, and have a team where I can, give the tasks to. I can do all of the creative brain power and strategy, and then give to my team to bring it to life, basically. And then,
Okay.
yeah, so that's like a goal right now. I want to start hopefully bringing people in to train under me and learn from me whatever knowledge I can give them, so that they can take it and run with it as well if they wanted to. But I really, really want to assist, but also gain the assistance in a team facet. So that
Okay.
would be a goal for this year. Even one person would be amazing. So
Okay. Look, it's gonna happen. That's you got to put it into existence.
yes, it's gonna happen. It is.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. So how can someone we didn't really touch on like your pricing as far as that. So how can someone team up with you? And is your pricing the same depending on the if they choose social media management or the mentorship or the content strategy, or it just depends on what they're looking to do?
So if I were to put them in tiers of pricing, that's kind of how I have it set up. Like I said,
Okay.
if you wanted a small taste and you're trying to just do it on your own, I would start with mentoring. I made that specifically a smaller tiered price because I wanted to be able to assist and allow people the opportunity to do things on their own if that's what they really wanted to do, but just needed the guidance to know what to do and how to show up.
Okay.
Tier two would be more of like a mid-range price, because it includes, content strategy. It's one-on-one, and you get me to be able to be there with you and create content. So like if in person, it basically you're getting a photo shoot and video shoot. So that's more of like mid-range pricing. And then I have my management. So that's again for businesses that are already kind of up and running and ready to invest. I would imagine somebody that needs social media assistance or management is like, I just don't want to do this. I need help. I'll pay you to handle this for me. So
Right.
that's more of a higher tier. But I am, again, small businesses are like the core of my passion for what I do. So I always am flexible to work with people, and I have payment plan options to allow everyone an opportunity to be able to get this, because marketing, social media, branding, all of this is so important for your business. If you're
Yes.
not marketing your business, do you even really have one? Even word of mouth, talking to people about your business is marketing. So if you don't have this online presence for your business to grow, like how is that going to be possible unless you're just doing physical marketing, street
Right.
marketing, stuff like that. But it's just super important to have all of this, and I want to make sure that my pricing, reflects what I do, but also where I'm capable to help those that need it. But if you're not getting the clients, you obviously don't have the funds to do it yet. So I try to
Right.
work with people as much as possible.
Okay. Okay. So how can people, either follow you on social media, and how can they maybe schedule a consultation with you?
Yeah, so on my Instagram page, so it's just at creativedesi.gner. I know it's weird, but it's the branding. I had to keep Desi in there somehow.
Yeah.
So at Creative Designer, if you go to the link in my bio, I have every way that you can contact me. You can book a call with me. You can book your first social media mentorship call with me. It's free, the first 30 minutes. I forgot to mention that earlier, of course. But that's what I meant by getting a little taste. You can hop on a call. We can do a quick 30-minute session, and it's absolutely free. So, yeah, I have my website on there, but it's currently revamping, so not all of the information will be correct. So, it's just easier if we hop on a call, or you can DM me or shoot me an email. All of my information is on my Instagram page.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure I'll add your information to the end of this video once it's all
Perfect.
said and done with, so that people they know how to be able to reach out to you. So,
Perfect.
But I appreciate it. I think that's it. I appreciate it. You taking up the time and coming on here and explaining what you can do for influencers, for entrepreneurs. I thank you so much. And I wish you nothing but success in the future as far as your business and everything else that you have going on.
I appreciate it. Thank you for asking me to be here. This is actually my first podcast interview. I just
Oh, really?
You know that. Yes. Yes.
See,
I'm super
still
excited.
fairly new too. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to improve as far as my podcast and just getting more comfortable, in front of like cameras and all that. So, like I said, everyone who's been, joining and participating in the beginning parts of my podcast, I appreciate it. I definitely do, because you don't have to.
Of course. Right, of course.
Plus,
comfortable.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to get comfortable and confident in what you're doing is to just keep doing it. So
that's true.
I admire that. Keep coming on here and keep doing your thing.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you so much. That is Desi with Creative Designer, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.